Willie D Live.
You started Sucka Free Records with Hump.
Correct.
You had a record deal and an artist deal, right?
Right. I was CEO.
Yeah.
And I was artist.
Right. So you getting the paper from both. You burning the counter from both ends, getting the bread. Y'all killing it. Y'all murking it.
Right.
Everybody looking at Flip and Hump. Man,
right.
Y'all the Batman Robin duo, whatever, however you want to name it, whatever you want to call it. Then all of a sudden, you jump off.
Correct.
And go do your own thing. What happened, man?
Let's see. Now, pretty much what happens with 99% of record labels, you know what I'm saying? Finances. I feel like the finances weren't being divvied up the way they were supposed to be. Uh-huh. And when you come in the game as a kid, a lot of, let me use the right word. Take advantage, right? A lot of older people, like let's just put this in perspective, right? A lot of older people take advantage of younger people, and there's some that show them the right way. But I just felt like by me being the rapper and the CEO as well, I was supposed to be making more money, and I just felt like I was being taken advantage of because I was younger, and.
But you was younger when you jumped ship. You know, like when you went to do your own thing. I mean,
but I was a teen.
How long had it been from the time you signed with you and Hump did the paperwork to form Sucka Free?
So
from the time you left.
Let me give you a little timeline before. So before that, my grandmother, she the choir director of the church, right? So I'm born in a musical family. Okay. Family members, Terry Ellis were in Vogue, right? So I'm always around stars, big concerts, studios. I'm singing in the choir, rapping, going to Astro World, making my demo, shooting a video, because you can go to Astro World and you can record in the recording studio, but they also had a place where you can make a video. Usually everybody else would make videos to other people's records. I would go do original records and record. So I used to do battles, freestyle, club unique, skating rink, super skate, everywhere you could name, I was going to do battles, talent shows, blah, blah, blah. So I got my name from doing the battles and people seeing me freestyle and screw. So fast forward to, I would say, high school, that's when I linked up with Hump. At first, it was Sucka Free Entertainment. So a lot of the artists that he had at the time, it was no momentum being made. He was losing bread. I'm like, let's turn it to a record label. Me and you, the CEO, on our Baby and Slim shit. You know what I mean? And
you brought that idea to Hump.
Yeah, let's make it a record label.
At 17, 18?
Correct. Because, see, prior to that, I already had my company, Clover G Records, but I didn't form an LLC for it. You know what I mean? You know how you in the hood, you like, we go call ourselves this.
Right.
And we know we this, but we ain't do it. So basically, after me and him split up is when I trademarked the LLC for Clover G Records. But pretty much, I just felt like at the end of the day, I should have been making more money. You know what I mean? And I just had to move around.
So y'all were not trademarked while y'all was making these hits? Clover G Records was not trademarked?
Not.
I mean, not Clover G, but Sucka Free.
We no, it was like once we transformed it from the entertainment company to that. Everything was done the right way.
Okay, and then when you split, that's when you.
That's when I trademarked Clover G Records, but I had already had it. It just wasn't in the system as a real functioning label.
Right.
But amongst my clique in my hood, we knew we was Clover G's.
Right.
Yeah.
And I kind of lost what was happening after that. You know, everything to me was a blur. That was, I'm assuming, some type of legal maneuvers or something that was going on at the time. I mean, did that happen? I mean, lawsuits
between me and him,
between him, you and Hump.
Well,
was that a lawsuit at any time?
Nah, what ended up happening, a settlement got worked out where he stepped away. I stayed with Sony, and we went our separate ways.
Yeah.
So we didn't have to go to litigation or nothing like that, but it was a growing point in my life. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And how old were you when you started Clover G?
I was middle school, because I'm from Cloverland, so, you know what I mean? Like, we all, we got different cliques and stuff, like when you speak of, like, you got Cash Money, you got Young Money, and Wayne had Squad Up, You know, you got Rough Riders, you got the Locks, and then they got D Block, and you know, Wu-Tang, and then you got the Killer Bees. You got just different names up under the umbrella. So it was pretty much like some neighborhood stuff.
When you started Clover Records, how old were you at that time? When you actually
when I trademarked it, it was around 2000 and I would say after Underground Legends, so probably 2003. Like something in that ballpark, right when I got ready to do.
How old were you?
Man, I was probably, because I think the way we ball came out 2002. I probably like 22 or 20.
I'm asking you these questions, man, because you've always been a businessman.
Correct.
As far as I can remember.
Correct.
Like Flip been about his business.
Got to. My grandpa was military.
Yeah.
So my grandpa was military. My dad, he sold cars. He was a master car salesman. I watched his unorthodox way of selling cars compared to the average person. So the average person, they go to the car lot and sell cars from 9 to, 5, whatever. My dad would go, he would show up at like 7 after hours, right? And so the people that went to work, when they would go to work the next day, they would look at the board and they were like, damn, Big West sold 8 cars? We didn't even see him. So he taught me how to maneuver and make money and use the commission system. Hey, you bring me so many people to get cars, I'll give you one free, or I'll deduct your stuff. So I learned from him doing that. Then on the flip side, my grandmother was a beautician, so she turned our garage into a beauty shop. So pretty much as a kid, I always been around stages and women. You know what I mean? That's how I got this little scar right here, climbing up in the trying to get some pickles off the top shelf. She told me not to do it in the beauty shop, and I failed. But I watched her turn the garage into a beauty shop and make millions of dollars out of our garage. Then she bought another beauty shop on Reed Road in the Prevost Center. So my grandmother had 2 beauty shops. So she would bounce back and forth doing that, still playing the piano for the church. So I just watched a family full of entrepreneurs. And then her dad, he was a barber. He built a house in the back to cut hair. But in Pineland, East Texas is where he from. But in the front of the house, he was the candy man. So you can either get a haircut or you can buy some ice cream or some candy. So I watched my whole family defy the stigma of like, oh, you got to have a 9 to 5 to make it. Nah, you just got to be a hustler. You got to go get it. Come up with your plan, execute your plan. Things don't go right, you know what I'm saying? Hey, have a conversation. You can't see eye to eye, just move around, do what you got to do. But whatever God got for me, can't nobody take it.